Alright, my forward, I'm very sorry. You thought Nate's was confusing. Wait till you get a load of this. This is the music of the Ainur, which is basically a creation account of the world that Lord of the Rings takes place in.
I can't be happier right now.
When I decided to do this, I was trying to find something I was passionate enough to do an informative speech about, but then I realized I have no passion, so I just picked something that I know about. Alright. First we have Ainur. He was the supreme being in the universe. Tolkien really likes to follow biblical creation. This is basically a deity. It's extremely close to biblical creation with changes here and there. He basically just created everything out of nothing.
Wait, I've heard of that guy.
And he created the Ainur, which are basically angelic beings. They take, unlike the Bible, though, they are involved a little bit more with everything. He teaches them about music, which music is like a huge part of the world that Lord of the Rings takes place in, and it's that's why the creation account is really called the music of the Ainur. I'll talk about it a little bit more. Music becomes like an intricate part of their lives, and that's all they do. They'll sing in groups or they'll sing alone, and Ilúvatar will give them, each Ainur, like a theme of music that comes from his thought and mind. So basically for Ainur, we have Melkor. I can't tell if that's a picture of Melkor or Morgoth, because he changed his name once upon a time to Morgoth. He was basically the strongest of the created Ainur, and he knew the most about Ilúvatar's thought. So the problem that he had was that he begins to grow impatient, and he begins to thinking of different musical ideas on his own doesn't look at the ideas of Ilúvatar, just begins thinking about the ideas on his own and creating his own music. And then we have Manwë, who's the brother of Melkor, and he becomes way more important later when he becomes the king and leader of the Valar, which is something that I'm not going to talk about because it's not relevant at all. I just wanted another Ainur up there. All right, now we talk about the Ainur Lindale, or the great music, or the music of the Ainur. So basically all this, when he taught the music, it all had a purpose. Ilúvatar has this great plan that he wants to come to pass, and this great plan involves the music of the Ainur, which is a huge collaborative effort of all of the music that the Ainur had learned, and it would help his great plan to come to pass. So basically this picture here is during the music that's happening. So while they're playing the music, Melkor begins to insert his own music that he had created into the song, and he creates discord and turmoil, and that's what this picture's about. That's Ilúvatar, and Melkor's trying to put his own music in. Ilúvatar combats this by introducing new chords to try and delete Melkor's, but it doesn't work, and Melkor corrupts every single chord that he puts in. And all the chords that he corrupts actually corrupt something later when the earth is created. That's how that works. So when after the music finishes, Ilúvatar chastises Melkor for doing this, and then leaves, and Melkor gets angry. Basically what happens. So next, Ilúvatar shows the Ainur the vision that their music in physical form has created. I know how complicated that sounds. It's very strange.
No, we're good here.
He shows them the purpose that he had for teaching them music. He shows them a world. He shows them the past, present, and future of a world that has not even been created yet. And he says this is what your music created, and he shows them everything that it is, that it's beautiful and everything is perfect on it. And then before they can fully comprehend his vision, he takes it away, and he says that if you want to, you can descend down and be on that world, Aya, which is the name of the world. Next we have, so they have the choice about whether or not they could go or stay. Some of them decide that they don't want to go because it's perfect up in basically heaven.
Right.
They don't want to go down. But 15 decide to go down at the beginning of time.
And is this their only option? They can only go down now, or they never get to go down?
If I remember correctly, and it's been a little bit, some of them did decide to go down later. But for now, only 15 decided to go down, and they were known as the Valar. And they included Melkor and Manwë. Alright, so they descend down to Aya. And when they got there, they were astonished that the world was not how they saw it in the vision, and they actually learned that the vision was only a foreshadowing of what Earth could be if they shaped it that way. So they began to shape the world into how they saw in the vision, and it's because they only got bits and pieces of the vision each because it was taken away. They have to kind of piece it together like a jigsaw puzzle to decide how it should look and how it should be. So when they got there, Melkor basically says, "This is all mine. I'm going to rule over all of this," and they begin a long-lasting fight with Melkor because he is jealousy of everything. Basically became so big that he began to grow in conflict with all the other Valar, and whenever they created something, he basically undid it. So it says that the Valar would raise up mountains and he'd push them back down. They'd fill seas and he'd spill them. It just goes on and on and on, and nothing is being created because Melkor keeps uncreating it. But as it eventually goes on, the world begins to take shape. The world begins to take shape anyway because eventually, even though everything's being uncreated, it takes some kind of form, and the form happens to be how it was in the vision because this all was supposed to happen. Melkor was supposed to betray them. It was all planned. All planned. That's it.